Sleeves here with the Senior Pickleball Report powered by TNC Network. Let's get it going. Today we're speaking with Noah Suemnick. He is the founder of the National Collegiate Pickleball Association, and he is putting on a large collegiate tournament in California. But before we get to that, if you like this content, consider subscribing to the channel. Check out our socials. Check out all the discounts and links in the description. And hey, man, check out our merch page. All right, let's get to that interview with Noah. Welcome to the Senior Pickleball Report, Noah Suemnick. How you doing, man?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm excellent. So pretty exciting stuff. You know, obviously, pickleball going through the roof as far as popularity is going. And I just watched the Duper National Collegiate Championships we're on, and second one that I've seen. And talk to me about what you want to do with the tournament you're putting on. First of all, like, give me the name. It's obviously in 2024, so we're talking next February. But let's talk about the name and kind of like your expectations and who's involved in the tournament.
Yeah, so the name of the event, so the association I started is called the National Collegiate Pickleball Association. We just started making calls, kind of started this journey a couple months ago, and the responses we've seen has been pretty crazy. Pretty much I've made about like 150, 200 calls to different colleges, and we've gotten around 25 colleges to confirm that they're 100% in to traveling wherever they're at to San Diego, where the tournament will be held. It's called the 2024 California College Pickleball Championship.
Love it.
So our biggest competitors, we've got Texas A&M, Penn State,
yeah,
and
go Big Ten.
Exactly, yeah. Utah Tech, Georgia Tech. So we've got these big schools all meeting together, and you mentioned the Duper and everything. I kind of saw what they were doing, right? They're running I think it's around 13 regionals all around the US, and they've only got 5 to 7 colleges per regional. And
right.
I'm like, you know what? Let's bring everyone together. Let's make something that's massive. Let's broadcast it. Let's get all these things together. So we're expecting around 40 to 50 colleges to come down once this all happens. And it's going to be broadcasted, available on Pickle TV is broadcasting it, and it's available on Amazon Prime.
Right on.
Pickle TV. So pretty cool. And just last week connected with a professional from Australia, and he's very much integrated with the Australian pickleball community and all that. So he's actually bringing over 4 to 8 professionals that he plays against, and he's a gold medalist and all that.
Okay.
He's bringing their guys over. He's going to raise funding to get them over for the event next year in February. And he's also bringing over his college students to kind of see what they can do. And they're going to be competing in the tournament as well.
Yeah, so it's international.
Pretty I started it as national, and then all of a sudden Australia happens. I'm like, let's do it.
Right. Welcome to pickleball. So let's back up a little. I want to get your story, how you got into pickleball, and then, how that led to you organizing, this association and this tournament ultimately.
Yeah. So right now I'm a senior in college. So I'm going to be graduating in a couple of weeks, and I started playing pickleball 2 years ago after COVID hit. One of my guys was like, hey man, there's pickleball, crazy sport, let's play it. So started playing it, fell in love with it, got addicted. Then when I was going back to campus, when the college opened up, I was like, why not bring pickleball to Point Loma?
Right.
So I started a club 2 years back. We've been running tournaments just with Point Loma. And then we expanded to Point Loma plus the Point Loma community. And then we expanded from Point Loma in the community to San Diego State, USD, UCSD. And now I'm just, my mentality is let's make it bigger. Let's keep going. Let's get more people. So I'm graduating and I'm like, let's make this national, international, Australia. I'm going to be talking to a guy from Brazil as well. So it'll be this massive thing. But yeah.
So I got to ask you, what's your major?
So that's the thing. Like, I don't even need to be in college for this, but so I'm a finance business major.
Okay, well, you're doing some business, so
Yeah, it is business. Yeah, it's just funny to me because I'm not the brightest student, right? So I'm very much like I get things done. I'm very
yeah,
focused on
sure.
everything, but yeah. So I've never been very book smart, but with the business side,
Yeah.
like I love it. I love talking to people and like organizing these big things. So yeah,
Yeah. You probably just stumbled into a new career.
I could have, and I'm doing real estate on the side as well. So I'll be like having both of these things. Yeah,
Yeah, I'd be selling pickleball community real estate, which is
exactly.
obviously a huge thing. So
Yeah.
talk to me about you can't be doing all of this on your own. Do you have a team assembled? How's that working?
Yeah, so when I started this was like 3 months back. Been
Mhm.
made calls for the first 2 months, and then I'm like, okay, like we have something here. Um, Paid my roommate $200 to start making me a website. I've got 5 other people from Point Loma that are a part of the club, as well as some staff that's really involved with pickleball. So they're running like the marketing, social media side, and then I have a marketing team on the side called Art of Pickleball. They're working with us as well.
Okay.
And then we just integrated this broadcasting team. Um, and then we're right now working on landing the venue because obviously that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
We're talking to the hub to try to figure out it's almost for sure going to be there, but we're trying to figuring out logistics of
Okay.
kind of what that relationship would look like. But
Yeah. Where is the hub is relation to San Diego in general?
yeah, so from so like Point Loma is southern in San Diego, like downtown San Diego. So it's like 30 minutes east
Oh,
from it.
okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's
So it's
I want to
inland.
say it's like a 20 to 30 minute drive from the San Diego airport.
Got it. Right
Yeah.
on. So obviously, big undertaking, dealing with, infrastructure and promoting and websites and social media and making all these calls. What has ultimately at this point, and I get it, it's early on, you're still, 10 months out. What's been the biggest challenge so far for you
It's a good
and
question.
your team?
Yeah. Honestly, I think because the biggest part of how I've reached out to colleges is through Instagram. I've kind of talked to because a lot of people are making clubs and everything, so it's like, oh, it's easy
Yeah.
to find the colleges that have pickleball already.
Right. Right.
So I've been reaching out to them, and I'll see them ever so often post like, oh, they're at the Duper regionals and stuff like that. And the biggest thing, because started this on my own, like pretty much doing everything on my own up until like these past few
Yeah.
months. And it's been a grueling, I've been like 4 to 6 hours a day. And
Yeah.
just like seeing those pop up, it's been pretty just like the motivation. I'm like, man, maybe like I don't have anything here. I think I'm
Hmm.
wasting my time. Duper's running the show. USA Pickleball's already
Hmm.
running the show. But then like every day I just grind through it and keep going. These new relationships pop up, and it's just that like extra fuel. Like you've got something here, keep going.
Yeah.
Everyone, like a lot of people want to get involved, and it's just reassurance that I'm on the right path to getting something done that's going to be special.
New paddle company, Pickle PCKL, great paddle line, great price points. Anything you want from starter paddle to intermediate to a pro series high level paddle. Check them out. Get 15% off using my discount code. Pickle. It's the future.
Are you looking to stay up to date on the latest pickleball news and tips? Look no further than the Sleeve Senior Pickleball Report newsletter. Get the scoop on the sport, learn how to stay healthy while playing, and find out about upcoming tournaments. Subscribe now to get all the pickleball info you need.
I get involved.
Yeah. So, essentially, with sponsorships and donations, whatever that looks like, we because with running a huge event like this, obviously funding is going to be big, right? It's pretty
Right.
much a group of college kids kind of running this whole thing.
Yeah.
And of course, we don't have the funding to kind of fly all
Right.
these schools out. Biggest costs are the travel stipends for colleges, out of state colleges coming in. as well as, paying a little bit to the people that are working this for me, because they're
Sure.
not getting anything right now. It's just kind of they're working in good faith that I'll
Yeah.
return something. So essentially, we've reached out to 10 to 15 that we're partnering with, primarily smaller businesses, but essentially we're looking for either people that are just saying, hey, we respect what you're doing as a college student, getting this done, bringing everyone together, growing pickleball, not only as a whole, but especially in these college communities, because the college kids are going to be the ones to take this, to take pickleball to
Right.
this level. So essentially people that are willing to say, hey, we support what you're doing. We'll
Yeah.
support you financially. We'll support you by just viewing the live stream and kind of spreading the word about it.
Yeah.
And then sponsorship specifically, business wise, we've got a lot of, because it's being broadcasted, we have a lot of opportunity for commercials to be played with a vast audience, because we've got not only the US, but Australia as well. And we're hoping, because this is going to be a big thing, a lot of viewership. It'll be running for 3 days straight, available on Amazon Prime and Fubo. So there's a huge audience for this. So pretty much financially supporting us, and we're being like, hey, we'll return the favor. We'll put you on this huge platform,
Right.
market your brand. So that's kind of what we've been looking for. We found a little bit of that, but of course we're looking for as much as we can get to make this as special of an event for these college students as possible.
Right on. Yeah. And, I always tell people, because this advice was given to me, not necessarily directly, but I heard somebody who was a podcaster, and they said it to me about 14 months ago, as I was watching. They said, if you're thinking of getting involved in pickleball on any level, whether it's, as a player or financially or as a sponsor, now's the time. And I would reinforce that. It is a great time to jump on board pickleball, because as anybody knows who's following this at all, it changes monthly to another level that nobody really even saw coming.
Yep.
So to get involved in a tournament like this, that is not only national, but is quickly, and I think it'll probably continue becoming international for you. You're going to have the opportunity as a sponsor to really not only see something almost instantly grow in front of you, but, probably getting some returns, because the sport is just enormous and nobody knows where it's going. And it seems to be it's going up and it's going up and it's going up. So I think it's pretty exciting what you're doing. Obviously, you're getting, all these universities. It's starting to explode across campuses. I just went to try and play in some courts the other day. I couldn't play at this high school because they had a club already. And there were probably, 25, 30 kids out there playing pickleball. And I'm like, this is what you're right. It's the young folks that are going to take this game to the next level, and not only just playing, but these are the people who are going to be developing the technology in the game, and potential rule changes in the game, and how the game is viewed on television, and how it's consumed on media. So a great opportunity, obviously, for anybody who's looking to get involved. Talk a little bit about obviously you probably have some timeline stuff that you got to deal with, and deadlines. What are some of the pressing things that you need to get knocked out probably this summer and this fall that to start solidifying things for you?
Yeah. So biggest thing within hopefully the next month, we'll have our website we're working on. We'll have that completely ironed out and done. We'll have the venue locked down. And then we're also partnering with, they're called Sports San Diego. They run these big events in San Diego. So they're pretty much going to be locking down. Once we lock down that venue, they're going to be locking down the hotels near the venue, which would be the hub. And so they'll provide like discounts because of the mass amount of people that are going to be coming in to the hotels, and kind of lock that down for us. And essentially from that point, we've pretty much hit everything on its head, and it's just continually spreading the word, trying to raise as many funds as possible to get as many schools down as possible, and just continue to market the event as best we can.
Right. So right now we're talking, let me see here. We talked a little earlier, mid-February, February 16th through the 18th.
Yep.
And hopefully at the hub, that's kind of what we're looking at. I mean, obviously great time of year to be in California. So especially if you go to Penn State.
Yeah.
Right on. Any last thoughts, things you want to, people to know before we wrap this up?
I think the only thing is, I guess kind of stressing the whole support piece.
Yeah.
Because it's a big idea that we're asking people to kind of back, but there's so much evidence to support where it's going.
Right.
And yeah, I'm grinding, put it in as much work as I can. And I guess I want to stress how special this opportunity is to get involved.
Absolutely.
And I would hope that as many people as possible would come in and be like, hey, we respect what you're doing. We want to help you make this happen. We want to be a part of it. And just kind of create a relationship in that way. I think that could be special, bring even more people together through that. So
right on. All right. This has been Noah Suemnick. He is the founder of the National Collegiate Pickleball Association and the 2024 California College Pickleball Championships, February 16th to the 18th. We will have all the highlights that we need once this thing rolls, because I'm sure it's going to be an amazing event. You can find all the links in the description for this video and ways to reach Noah if you are looking to donate, sponsor, volunteer, all of the above. Thank you for your time. And hey, I hope to be there and can't wait to see it.
Yeah, Mike, I appreciate you putting on this interview.
Hope you enjoyed that interview with Noah. If you get a chance and you're in California in mid-February, come on and cheer on the college students, because, hey, they're the future of pickleball. All right. Till next time. Hey, let's pickle. Hey, if you're looking for very, very comfortable court shoes, in fact, the most comfortable court shoes I've ever worn, and I've worn a lot of them over the years playing different sports, try Fitville. We have a link in the description that gets you $20 off your purchase.